Okay, so this the continue of the log shipping. This log shipping is completely working based on the three jobs, right? Backup, copy, and restore jobs. These are all the possibility cases to fail the log shipping. But these are all the different possibility reasons. So we should not get all these every time. So mostly we'll get it frequently one or two things, basically the permissions related or space related or those kind of things only. No one will disable the jobs wantedly. Okay, in production won't repeat it, but there will be a if you want to troubleshoot with all aspect, you need to take care of all these points. And one more important thing, the log shipping may fail due to the tough file corruption. TUF file. TUF means transaction undo file. This stub file contains all uncommitted transactions. So, for example, if you want to perform some kind of operations, suddenly uh, before committed, something is going to happen. So your uncommitted transactions should not affected on your server database, basically. So at that time, basically we are taking some kind of tail log backup. Okay, so in that backup contains the uncommitted transactions, we are performing on that. Okay, so but in log shipping, the same kind of thing. Excuse me. So if any uncommitted transactions, all will be coming into the TUF file. Once it is committed, this TUF file is converting into the proper log file. Okay. So the TUF file is there. If anything is corrupted on the TUF file, your log shipping is failed. So this is also an important interview question. What is the TUF file? What contains the TUF file? TUF file is the transaction undo file. It contains the uncommitted transactions. If TUF file got corrupted, our log shipping will get failed. So these three things we need to answer it. So and also we need to talk about the WRK file. So this is also interview questions. If you want to, they want to work on in-depth, you want to discuss. So they will ask the WRK file also. WRK file means work file. When the backup job is done, the copy job will copy your backup file from primary server to the secondary server. Initially, your copy job, your backup file is in under copy. That means that copy is not completedly. In that case, while copying from primary server to the secondary server, your backup file will act as a work file, .wrk file. That we can call it as a work file. Once your work is completed means your copy is done completely 100%. Your .wrk file become .bak file. So that will automatically it will convert. So if anyone asking what is the work file means, when the backup is copied from primary to the secondary server, while copying, it will call it as a WRK file. It is converting. Once it is copied and it will convert automatically WRK file to BAK file. So this is the very simple. Next, these are all some metadata tables in the log shipping. If you remember, it is well and good. Otherwise, no issue, no problem. Log shipping, all the backups contains in the primary server. We can call it as a select star from log shipping underscore primary underscore databases. These are all the predefined tables which is come automatically in the log shipping. When you configure the log shipping, these all tables will automatically created. If you want, you can use it. So log, if it is a secondary, log underscore shipping underscore primary underscore secondaries. Like that, there will be some kind of uh, process. There will be kind of some naming conventions. The above three tables coming into the primary server, the below tables coming into the secondary servers. If you want, you can fire it, no issue. Okay. Just we need to remember is some additional advantage. Okay. Monitor server anyway optional. If you configure monitoring, these things will create automatically. Okay. So let's coming to the implementation. Okay. The table names remembering is not a very big deal. It is very simple. Log underscore shipping underscore primary, log underscore shipping secondary. Okay. Very simple. Next, implementation. How we can implement practically. So we need to, I will explain the few points and we'll move to the practically. So first thing, so we need to make it ready the primary and secondary servers first of all. Okay, so whatever the, if you are using any domain accounts or standalone accounts or any accounts, whatever the network configuration, IP address, everything, we need to make it ready. So these all things will done by the Windows team. So we are not doing anything. If you are doing in our personal purpose, if you are practicing our own, then we need to take care. The basically these all things will done by the in real time. Windows team will take care. That we can call it as a SA team, system administrator team. Okay. So if any mission you configure, there will be a separate IP address on that. There will be a host name or IP address. We can use any one of them. We can connect to the server. Basically, mostly we are using host name, or you can use the IP address. Anything fine. So this is the primary server IP address. The IP address configurations you already aware of it. There are the different classification of IP address. That is the different story. So just we can use this IPv4 IP address. Okay, 4 digits combination. Okay, so each portion 0 to 255 numbering will be there. So just for example, this is the IP address 10.10 address for example. Okay. So primary server IP, secondary server IP, and monitor server IP if you have monitor. And if you take the backup share means it is the network path. Okay, you created in somewhere. You are taking backups into some other server, or you are taking into same primary, or you taking into monitor server, wherever the server, whatever it may be. If it is different is also fine, same also fine, or other server, anything fine. You need to pass like this network path // your server name / your folder name where it is there. Okay. So that I will show you practically. Okay, don't worry. So that network share we need to create it. Later point of time, next agents is up and run or not. We need to cross check. DB should be in full recovery mode or not. Backup share is created or not. Permissions granted for that folder or not. Okay, we need to verify all the aspects. Okay, these are all the different steps we need to implement it. Right. I will show you practically. Just please go through this document. You will get some more ideas. So many additional points are there. Just you can read everything. Whatever the points you remember, I told you important points. You remember those points. Not required to by heart everything. Okay, this is not any theoretical exams. Just remember the main points. What are the advantages? Easy to set up. It is low cost maintenance. Standby board can we make it as a read only. So here one advantage is in secondary server we can make the database is read only. If you want, you can perform the select queries. That is the one advantage. What is the disadvantage? Automatic failure not happen. So if anything you have the data loss, 15 minutes data loss. There are some disadvantages. Troubleshooting is also very difficult in case of any problem happen. So these are all some advantages and disadvantages are there in everywhere. So like that same. So let's move on to the practically. Okay. So now I'm connecting to the server. Okay. So two servers means in the real time, we have to maintain two different servers. But in our practical purpose, we don't maintain the two servers. Two servers means it is very difficult to maintain the two laptops, right? We laptop in the sense if we install the server, then we can call it as a server. If we install the desktop, then we can call it as a desktop. So two servers in the sense two SQL server instance. I told you in the beginning of the installation configuration, we can install 50 instance in one laptop. So that means 50 SQL servers we can able to install at a time. On default remaining named instance. But we never do that kind of experiment. There will be a feasibility. We can install max 2 or 3. Okay. So already in my machine, my laptop, I installed already 3 or 4 instances I installed. Okay. 3 instances, I guess. So I am connecting to the first instance. We can call it as a primary server. And second instance, we call it as a secondary server. That means two independent servers, not all same. If you want, I'll show you 1 second. Okay, I am opening the SSMS Studio. I am connecting to the first server. Just click the connect button. Okay, this is my default instance. It is coming as server name, my computer name. This is the first instance, default instance. I am clicking just connect. So first I connected to the server. Okay, just what are the things here? Okay, so when you want to make it log shipping, so the first important thing, so we need to take care of the log backups, right? For first initialization, the backup, we can't take directly transaction log backup and initializing into the secondary, right? So we need to take the prerequisites. We need to consider the prerequisites. First important point, we need to take the full backup and log backup from the primary server, and we need to restore on secondary server with no recovery. That is the first basic initialization. Initialization we need to do. Later point of time, this log shipping will work automatically. For basic initialization, wherever the high availability concept, we need to take care the basic initialization. But here there is the log shipping also it will do automatically. But that is also option is there. They will take care the backup and they will restore. But that is also little bit risky kind of things. While taking backup, any problem came again, we need to take care. So better we need to do the manual initialization. Later it will work. That is also choice. There is no mandatory. Okay, let's come to here. For example, you can take anyone. Okay, first server I am connected. I am connecting to the second server. Okay, I am connecting to the one more instance. This is the named instance. SQL user one. Just I click the connect. So what do you meaning of these two? Am I connected to the two SQL server, or you feel that only one? Okay. So these are all the two different servers, but both servers are running in the same machine. In the real time also, you feel like that same kind of connection request like this. But the reality in the real time, So both are not running on the same server, both are in different servers. So this is the principal server or primary server, or when coming to the secondary, this is the secondary server. If you see here in secondary, some of the database are in restoring and standby. We already configured earlier log shipping. Okay, let's take our new database. I told you, right, this is the database liability. I am connecting DB2 database into the log shipping. Just cross check DB2 is there in the secondary. No, right? That is the primary server. These many database are in the primary. Okay, what I am configuring, please concentrate on that database only. Don't see the other databases. Those are created for different practical purpose. Don't worry about that. If you think about here why it is restoring means I have done the reverse kind of thing. That's why it is one of the log shipping we consider as this server as secondary, that is as a primary. That is your choice. But in the real time, you should not like that. If you practical purpose, how can you can do it? Okay. Now I am choosing DB2 database. Now I am making into the log shipping. If you want to make all the databases, you can do the same process. So I will show you first configuration. Okay, DB2 database. So when you want to configure, you need to take the full backup first. Before going to that, what we need to create? One backup share folder we need to create. Just check up already is there. If you want, I'll take a new folder for easy to understand. Okay. C drive, or you can choose D drive. Any drive, no issue. So here already I created one backup share folder. So this is going to be happen like this. Okay. So if you create the folder, I'm telling what we need to take care. If you want to configure in your, I'm creating new folder. Okay. So log shipping, I mentioned log shipping. You can give any name. Log shipping underscore backup. So I'm created this folder log shipping underscore backup. The folder is created. Okay. So what we can do? So this folder, right? We need to give the permissions. Just go to the properties of that folder, and one more thing, we need to make that folder become a sharing. If you make it in sharing, then only the secondary server can able to access, right? I'm going to the sharing. Basically, this whole process will be done by the Windows team. Don't worry in the real time. But for your practice, you want to take care. Go to the share and you want to give the share. But in the real time, whatever the users they want, they will give the permissions to that user. But in our own laptop, right, I am giving the permission to everyone. Okay. What I told you, right, for backup, we need read write permission. Just drop down it. There will be a read permission only. There will be one more read and write permission. We need to select read and write permission for this user. That means in my laptop, all users having the read write permission on this folder. So anyone can take the backup, no issue. Okay, now once I make it share, the path is coming like this / your server name and your folder name, and click done. This is the sharing is done. This is the concept of network sharing path. Next, go to the security, and here we need to take care of the two things. Okay, so this backup is done by the some network service. We need to add those two network services. This is there in by default in every laptop. Don't worry. We just click the This is called network, and there will be one more network service. The network services we need to add it. Just click OK, and we need to allow them full control permissions to read write to the network service and network service. And click apply, click OK, and close it. What I have done, I have created a new folder, and I am going to the properties, and I have done the two things. One is I am making this folder in sharing, and one I am giving the permissions. For that we need to add the two service accounts, network and network service, for taking the backup into the network location. Okay, I already recording, I will give it to you so you can do it. Okay, so once you make it log shipping like this, just you can simply go to the run, go to the run button, and you can simply call / your server name. What is the server name? So if you want to call the same thing through network like this, okay, / your server name and your folder name, log shipping. These are all the network shared folders. That's why it is coming automatically. When it is coming and click OK, it will open the same thing like this. Okay, nothing is there. So what you need to specify? This path you need to specify. This is called network path. How you get the network path? Simple. Create the folder and sharing that folder as a network sharing. Then it become that folder as a network share. So this is the one common thing is using in the real time. Okay. Network share and that is not a new thing. It is very simple. Okay. The first step is done, right? Backup folder created and making it as a sharing. Okay. And you want to copy one more folder and simply create one copy folder. Whatever the file names are your choice. I'm creating one more folder, copy backups. This is the one more folder. So just you need to make it. This is also same way, making it to sharing. Add it. Give the for copy job. Read permission is enough. No need to give the write permission. If you want, you can give. Then it is also good. No issue. But in the real time, don't give it for our practice purpose. If you want, you can find it. No issue. Okay, now this folder is also marked it as a network sharing path. And same way, I'm adding the two permissions here also. I think for copy job, it is not required. Let you try it. If you get any error, then you can add it. Otherwise, leave it. Okay, I'm added two services, network. I'm giving the permissions. Network service, I'm giving the permissions. Once you did any permission, just click apply and OK. Don't click directly OK. If you click directly OK, it won't apply the new changes. Okay. So my backup folder is ready and copy folder is ready and two servers are ready. We are connected to servers, right? So let's start the process. The first step, I'm taking full backup. Before going to that, what we need to verify? Your database is in full recovery model or not. We need to check it. By default, it is full recovery model only. Just it is cross check it. Just go to the database, right click properties. It will open it. You can see the recovery model. Go to the files, sorry, options, you can able to see DB name and recovery mode. It is full, right? Okay, good. Okay, now I am taking full backup as part of the log shipping process. We need to take the full backup and take the one log backup. Okay, I'm taking backup for making initializing into the secondary. And click add. Where I am going to, wherever you can take, no issue. But we already created the folder slide. Better to take into that folder. For this thing, you can make it anywhere, no issue. You don't no need to take into the same folder. Wherever you can take it and you can copy it and you can restore it. Okay. For the automation process, we need to configure that what folders we created. Same thing. Okay, full backup. What is our database name? DB2. We are planning to create the log shipping. DB backup.bak. And click OK. And click OK. And click OK. Full backup is done. Executing 100%. Okay, done. I'm taking one more log backup. Just backup type is transaction log backup. Take into the same folder. We drive log shipping backup, and we can take same db2 underscore log backup dot trl. It's already known thing. That's what I'm going fast. Okay, 2 backups is done, right? Okay, now what we can do? The primary, we have taken the backups. See, till now we have not configured the log shipping. For making initialization, we need to take care. Once log shipping is configured, backup job, copy job is, restore job is ready. They will take care automatically everything. Okay, now I'm going to the secondary instance. Go to the database, restore database. What we need to restore? Whatever we have taken the backups, that we need to restore with no recovery. Go to the add the device where it is there. Go to the D drive, backup, of shipping backup. First we need to restore the full backup with no recovery. If we restore with recovery, again will be the problem. Same database because the different server, right? So the log shipping process, we need to make it all the database name should be the same. So we can make it as with no recovery. And we can create the db2 underscore data.ldf. Because we are in the same server, right? There will be a naming conflicts. There is a chance. That's what I am giving. Different names. db2 underscore log on log file dot ldf. Okay, just I am clicking OK. So restoration is done. If you want, you can check it. So what I restored, DB2 full backup is restored with no recovery, right? That's why it is coming into restoring state. If you make it with no recovery, so the meaning is we have some more backups we need to restore. That is the meaning. Okay. So again, going to the restore transaction log backup from device, selecting the log backup where it is there. Go to the appropriate location. Select the log file. Click OK. And with no recovery. These don't forget this option. If you forget this, you need to configure again. You need to take again backups. Again, we need to restore. Okay, now the log backup is also restored. Now the basic primary initialization is done. Then we'll move to the configuration. It's very simple. Just go to the DB2, go to the properties. Okay, there will be an option called transactional log shipping. Just select it, the last second one. First, we need to make it enable this option. If you enable, then only it will work. Just click the enable. So now what we can specify we need to specify the backup setting. That means backup job. So you already know, right? We have created one folder. This network path, you need to specify here. If you are taking into same location in the same server, you see like that. If it is not network path, you can choose this option. I am giving both same. But basically in the real time should be the network path only. That's what I am creating like this. If you create like this also, it will work because we are in the same mission, right? Okay, next one, delete the files older than 72 hours. That is the default time. You can keep it. Automatically the old backups, it will be deleted. If you want to make it schedule, go to the schedule option. You can check the whatever the time. Already this everything I already shown you, right? When the job schedule, the same kind of screen. Okay. So by default, it is recurring. Recurring means this will happen continuously. That's why we can make it as a recurring. We should not do anything. That is coming automatically. By default, it is the 15 minutes time interval. If you want, you can change. If you don't want, keep it as it is. I'm not changing anything. I'm just clicking OK. This the same screen which we discussed in the last session for job scheduling. Same screens. The scheduling screen. Okay. No need to discuss more on this. If you want your time change, you can change it. Otherwise, leave it. I'm leaving as a default 15 minutes and click OK. This is for backup setting. Then coming to the next point, important secondary server instance and database. So go to the add option. You need to add the server. I'm adding the secondary server. What is your secondary server? SQL user 1 instance is our secondary server. And I'm clicking OK. Secondary server is connected. So here different options are there, right? Initialize secondary database. There are the three options. Yes, generate the full backup on primary and restore on the secondary. That means system will take care. And next, yes, restore the backup we have taken and giving the choice to the restore to the log shipping. But I am not giving to any choice. I have taken backup, I have restored. That's where the last option, secondary database is already initialized. This is the best. Okay. That is the initialization part. We have already done. We have taken backup, we have restored. If you are not taken, you have not restored, go to the first option. You have taken the backup, you have not restored, go to the second option. But we are in the same mission. There is a kind of file naming change. These are all some kind of problems will come. That's why better to take. You need to reinitialize and choose the last option. Okay. Next, go to the copy files. Here we need to specify the copy path location. That means copy share where it is. Where is the copy share? If you don't know, just press the enter server name, it will come all the things. Which one? Copy backups, this one. So we need to copy this network location and we need to paste here. This is the copy folder. So here also by default 72 hours files it will delete automatically. The scheduling option, I'm not changing anything. The same thing recurring enabled 15 minutes. If you want, you can change the time, but by default, no one will change. Just if you want, I will explain tomorrow again. So just session will expire within 2 minutes. This time I'm going big. Next one, restoring backup switch mode, either recovery mode or standby mode. I'm making as a standby mode and disconnect the user if anyone using the database. Scheduling is the same. I'm not changing anything and I'm clicking OK button. And so if you want to use the monitor server, you can enable here and add the monitor server here. I'm not using monitor server and I'm clicking OK button. So this is the log shipping process. Once this is success, log shipping is done. So this is about the whole log shipping configuration. Okay, the success. So log shipping is done. So then every 15 minutes it will happen. So if you want, you can see, go to the primary server, go to the agent jobs, your backup job is created or not, just check it. What is your database name? DB2. This is the backup job. LS backup means log shipping backup